Okay, these are the butterflies that we're going to be doing in this video today. I'm going to be showing you one of these from start to finish. And they are the most amazingly beautiful butterflies ever. And I just wanted to give you a little view of what's coming up in this video. And I hope you guys enjoy the video and enjoy making these after we close out. And you can do this with other items as well, other little pieces and bits and pieces that you want to sparkle and shine up. It doesn't have to be butterflies, but these butterflies came out particularly gorgeous, and I just want to show you all of the sparkle and shine that's in these lovely, lovely butterflies. So I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get right to it. Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts. Hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to bring to you a tutorial on how to make these, or how to alter these beautiful butterflies. These are finished butterflies that I did, and I know you can see the beautiful sparkle on these. We're going to be using a few products on these, and I'll show you what those products will be. But this is going to be an exciting video, and I hope you all will enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed making them. I'm sorry, I'm grabbing a couple of my supplies here so that I can show you what I'm going to be using. Okay. So what we'll be doing is we'll be turning this butterfly into this. And then the other butterflies that I have, this is the other one that I did in similar colors. It's a little different from this butterfly. And then in fact, this is this butterfly turned into this. And the differences between these two is that I just actually used a little extra of a different colored glitter on this one. And this one I used only diamond dust. So I'm going to be doing these both ways for you today. But these are some of the blank butterflies that I have. And just so that y'all know, I don't have a ton of these, but I will be selling some of these blank butterflies and the ones that I'm finishing off in my Etsy shop. So you will be able to purchase these plain butterflies in my shop if you get there quickly to do so. But I'm pretty darn sure they're going to go really, really fast. And I will be selling them in sets of 2. So just if you really want to try this project, I get these butterflies at a specialty shop near my home. It's a little local shop, and it's not someplace where you can buy these just online unless you find somewhere else that's selling them. I wouldn't know who that would be. I'm going to try and get more of them to put in my shop, but I want to see how they sell first. So I will have a few packages of these available. But like I said, you're going to need to get there quick and get them purchased before they're all gone. Because I have a feeling, just based on some of the other projects I've done, I have a feeling these are going to go really, really fast. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be altering this butterfly and this one in blues, because I haven't done a blue one yet. So these two I'm going to set aside. This one also in the greens is really, really pretty too. So you know what, in fact, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a green one and I'm going to do a blue one, and because we've already got one in these colors. So that's what we're going to do today, blue and green. And the other things that I'm going to be using on these butterflies is I will have myself a popsicle stick. You're going to need a popsicle stick. I'm going to use triple thick, and this is by Deco Art. I buy this on Amazon, and I will provide a link down below to the triple thick so that you can purchase it on Amazon if you'd like. I'm going to be using, let me put this so you can see it. I'm going to be using Diamond Dust, and this is by Craft, and I also get this on Amazon. This is a huge container of Diamond Dust, and what Diamond Dust is, you can see the sparkle in there. Diamond Dust is actually broken glass. This is a product that if you're going to use it, you don't want to use it with kids, doing projects with kids, because it is glass. They're little tiny shards of glass, and when you put it on your projects, it looks like, you know, shiny sugar, or just, it looks really frosted, but it gives a incredible shine to your projects. And I use this on a lot of things. And there's ways that you kind of treat it so that you can make sure that, you know, your projects are not too, it does provide somewhat of a rough consistency on the top of your pieces, but you want to kind of, in the process, tap it down so that it's not in a way that it's going to cut your fingers when you're touching it. So, and you can see I'm able to touch this and run my fingers across it, and I'm not getting cut. So I'll show you how to do that too. So we're going to use the Triple Thick and the Diamond Dust. On this green butterfly, I'm also going to add some green glitter that is an ultra fine glitter, and this I got also at a little dollar store, local dollar store to me, that sells these glitters in these little containers. It's not something I would even know where I could tell you to get it. If it's a popular thing, and if a bunch of people make notes, you know, that they'd like to have some, maybe I'll purchase some more containers of this and put them on my Etsy store for purchase. And also I'm going to use a bit of this gold glitter as well. So I'll be using these two glitters. I also have this purple ultra fine glitter, and this I actually got at the Dollar Tree. And this is Crafter's Square Glitter Ultra Fine. And this is actually something from the Dollar Tree in there. I think it was, I purchased this in the crafting section. So this is something, and it really looks very close. The fineness looks very close to what I've got in these containers as well. So just so that you know, this one I was able to find, I believe it was the Dollar Tree here for this one. Okay, so I'm going to be using those glitters. I'm probably going to use a small amount of rhinestone chain. I did not use that on the other two butterflies that I've made, but I also have not quite finished these. These will be going in my Etsy shop for sale, but there will be more to them once I put them in the store. But today's video is basically to show you how to embellish these and get them ready for whatever else you want to add to them. And actually, we're going to add some pretty embellishments to these two to finish them off. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on these so that we're not taking an ultra long time to finish this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Triple Thick. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start, in fact, I think what I will do is I'm going to put, where did I put that little lid? I had a little lid here that I was going to use in my last video, and I put it aside, and now I don't know what I did with it. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, well. Oh, here it is. I think I'm going to put some Triple Thick into this little, it's just one of those little lids that you get with salad dressing when you go to certain fast food places. And I'm just going to dump some of my Triple Thick onto this lid because my Triple Thick has been around a little while and it starts to get thick over time. So you always want to try and put the lid back on and not leave it out for too long a period of time. And I'm going to use my popsicle stick to spread the Triple Thick. Not too thick, you guys. Don't go on too thick because you're going to make it heavy, and that's not really what our goal is. These little butterflies, I'm not quite sure what they're made out of. It almost feels like an ultra thin foam type substance, but I'm really not positive. It's kind of different than anything I've worked with before. And this triple thick, also what it's going to do in this process, I'm using it mainly to stick the glitter to, but what it's also going to do is it's going to help these butterflies to be hard, so that they're not so bendy and soft. And then I'm just going to kind of hold this at the clip. These have clips in the back of them. I'm going to hold it by that clip and do the other side. And actually, I think what we're going to do today, guys, is I'm gonna glitter these two up, and then I'm going to pull the other two that I already have done that are not embellished, and we will embellish those two. I think that's going to be the best bet so that we can keep this video going and I don't have to stop in between. And then what I will do, though, is once I post the video in my thumbnail, I will add pictures of these two completed, and I will put additional pictures in there of them when I get these two done as well, so that you can see what these two in these colors actually look like completed as well. But as far as the embellishing, just to kind of give you an idea of how you can embellish these, I'll do that with the other two that I've already made, or maybe just one of them in the video, and then I'll just provide pictures of the rest. I think that's probably the best thing we can do. That way I can make this not such a long, drawn-out video. And then I don't have to wait for dry times in between to do the embellishments. Anyway, so let me see. Do I have a story for you guys? I do. My daughter got married this last weekend. And so I've been really, really busy, and I'm surprised I actually even put a couple of videos out last week, but I've been really, really busy preparing for her wedding, which was on Saturday, and it was a complete success. She was a beautiful, beautiful bride, and I think that she's going to be blissfully happy for the rest of her life. And I really believe that. These two, I'm telling you, they are so happy together, and they never fight. They never have issues, and it just makes me so proud of both of them for just the kind and gentle people that they are. So anyway, we had the wedding over the weekend. It was a lot of fun, but me, being the mother of the bride, I had to do a speech. And I know most of you know, recently my mother passed away. And so I've been kind of trying to put that on the back burner as far as the grieving process and everything went, because I knew my daughter was getting married. And I didn't even realize that I was putting it on the back burner. But at the wedding, at the reception, when it was time for all the speeches, my son got up and did this amazing speech for his sister, and I was floored at how beautiful it was. Well, when it got time, I was crying hysterically by the time he was done, and when it got time for me to get up there to do my speech, I was so emotional that I could barely speak, and I totally blew my speech. I blew it completely. It was not good. It was, I probably should have just said, no, I can't do this right now. But I did it. I tried. Hopefully didn't embarrass my daughter too much. But it was a complete and utter failure. But it was a speech nonetheless. I tried, and, I gave it my best. And I know my daughter knows that, hopefully. And, we move on with life, and life goes on, and in a couple of days, nobody will even remember how bad my speech was. They'll just remember the beautiful wedding and how, happy everybody was, and how, what a great life they're going to have together. So, I guess my issues don't even matter. So, thank goodness. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and now life is back to normal, and I'm hoping to be able to get more videos done and more work done in my Etsy shop. I've got to get that shop moving and get things in there. It's getting to be time for Christmas, and people are going to be shopping, and that's when I do a lot of sales. So I need to make sure that my shop is ready to go for the Christmas shopping season. Okay, so I have the diamond dust, the triple thick and the diamond dust on this one, and I've put it all over the top. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another popsicle stick over here, and I'm just going to gently tap across the top of this diamond dust, because again, we're working with little broken shards of glass. So I'm just going to tap that diamond dust down so that those little shards are not sticking up and causing, you know, someone to cut their finger if they touch the top of this. So that's what I'm going to do. It won't make it so that it's not somewhat rough, but it will make it not dangerous for somebody to touch it and get, you know, cut with these little pieces of glass. So we just want to tap it down and make it safe and make it a little more smooth. So there is our blue butterfly. And then what I think I'm going to do, and this glitter gets really, really messy, so I'm probably going to have glitter all over the place, and I have no clue why I'm not using a paper towel. Hold on just a second, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I got myself a paper towel. I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath these butterflies now, which I should have done a long time ago. Thankfully, I have this little mat here, and I can just kind of dump things off of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this gold, and I'm just going to put a little bit of a dusting of this gold. Let's see, this gold glitter. So I'm just going to take one of my other little tools, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit around. Not crazy, not to where you're really even going to see a lot over the top, but it just kind of gives a little bit of contrast to the sparkle and adds a little interest to the butterfly. And maybe there'll be a couple of spots where there's a little bit more glitter than others. Like maybe down here at these, it's not falling on the right spot, but down here on these little, I don't even know what you call these things at the end of the butterfly's wings, but put a little bit extra there. But already this butterfly just looks absolutely gorgeous. So that's what it looks like with the glitter. And we did put the gold at the tips of the wings. Look at the sparkle in that. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, now I'm going to set this one aside, and we're going to work on this little green one. And we're going to do this one a little bit different. Again, we're going to go with our triple thick, and it's getting triple thick in here. So actually, I don't even want to use what's in this tray right now because it's too thick. That's how quickly this triple thick will dry up and it'll get gloppy. So I think I'm just going to use it right out of the container right now and try and do this quickly. And we're just going to cover this butterfly again with triple thick. And we're preparing it to receive the glitter. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here, and I'm not taking it too far off camera. I'm sorry if I do. So anyway, I started to say with everything going on, I think I forgot to grieve properly for my mom. So since my daughter's wedding, which was Saturday, I have been a bucket of waterworks for the last 3 days. And when I say waterworks, I mean day and night, haven't been able to sleep, it's been terrible, and I can't figure out where it's coming from other than my sister. When I talked to her on the phone the other night, she said, "Sis, I think with everything going on, you knew your daughter's wedding was coming. You forgot to grieve for mom." And she says, "And I thought maybe that might have been happening, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to mess up your mojo with Lauren's wedding. So I just let you do things the way you felt you needed to do it." So I think my sister was right. I think maybe I just, with the whole process, in fact, my husband has been telling me that he didn't feel like I was quite done grieving for my mom. And I'm an emotional person anyway. I'm very sentimental and very I'm just one of those people that's I'm always trying to do my best to think about everybody and make sure that people know, how much I care about them and things like that. And spending the last 3 years with my mom was an amazing experience and a complete honor. And I just feel like now I realize too how much I really truly miss my mother. I miss her so much. It's just crazy. But I think that's to be expected when you've had somebody in your home for so long, and that's your mother. She was my rock. She was my person I could talk to at any time about anything. And my mom was the least judgmental person I've ever known on the face of this earth. And that's hard to find. So anyway, I'm doing much better today. And I thought, you know what, Carol, it's time to get back to work because, and actually, speaking of work, I'm going to have to start getting out there and looking for a real job again too. I had quit my job working in hospice to take care of my mother. And so I have not worked a real job in about 3 years, and man, I'm really nervous to start going through that whole process of interviewing and all of that again for jobs. Terrified, actually, is more like the word. And I don't know, having worked in hospice for a long period of time and then having taken care of prior to that, taking care of both of my in-laws and then my mother, I'm starting to think, I don't know if I'm going to go back into hospice or if I'll go back into, prior to that I was an executive secretary for many years. And you want to talk stress, that's a stressful job because you're responsible for executives that if something goes wrong in their life, sometimes they tend to blame their secretaries, and it gets very stressful. Even when it's not your fault, you're their scapegoat usually. So, and not that I ever really had that happen much, but I did see it happen to a lot of other secretaries more often than I had it happen. I was pretty organized and did, had pretty awesome bosses when I was doing that sort of work. So in that respect, I think I did okay, but I'm older now. And so now I'm like, oh gosh, am I going to be able to do that as efficiently as I once did? And I to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure that I can. So, and I'm not sure that I want that kind of stress on a daily basis. So for me, I'm just a little nervous about trying to go back into that kind of work. Okay, so we've got some green sparkles over the green areas of this, and then I'm going to add a bit of this purple in these little purple areas of the flowers. Now what's going to happen, this is why I don't do them all this way with glitter, because this glitter is going to sort of cover up the floral pattern a little bit. It's I'm trying to put a very little bit of it in some places and maybe a little bit more in other places, but it does kind of wash out your flower pattern in some ways. So that's why I do some with, you know, this sort of glitter and some with just the diamond dust. Because sometimes I just want the flowers to shine through. Because what's going to happen, you can see with this, when you put the triple thick on, it looks rather milky. After it dries, that triple thick dries very clear, so I can see the flowers on this one really well. And this one, all I did was put glitter on the green part. I didn't put it on the flowers. This one I didn't use any glitter, I just used diamond dust. And this one has a lighter flower pattern, so you don't see them as much, but you still see them as much as they are meant to be seen on that butterfly. This one, we've got a little more purple on there, so you're not going to see the flower pattern as much, but it's still going to be gorgeous when it's finished. And then just to sort of show you with these butterflies, let's see, I have a couple that I'm not using. This material is, you know, it almost feels like that fake velvet stuff. That's what it feels like. But it's 2 layers of this stuff. A bottom layer, which is plain, and a top layer. And right here in the middle of these wings is a wire. So when I want to adjust these butterflies, I can adjust them up. I can make them flat. You know, it doesn't go up into the wing. It's just in this middle section, but you can kind of change the shape of your butterflies so that they're sitting exactly the way you want them. So here's this one. I've got it sort of shaped like that, but if I want the wings to go up more, I can do that. See? So it's really cool. These are really, these butterflies are going to be amazing embellishments on boxes. You know, if you want to alter boxes, wooden boxes or cardboard boxes or things like that, these will be amazing on the top of one of those kind of pieces. I'm looking to see if I have one. I do. I have one right here, so I'm going to grab it real quick and show you guys how gorgeous these butterflies would be on something like this. This is a box. This is a box that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. I'm going to back you off for just a minute so that you can actually see the box. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the box. And if I set it right here, and I have, say, this butterfly, but if I was to put that butterfly on that box, look at how beautiful that is. And this is a large box. This box is probably, I'm going to say 8 inches long here. So it's a quite a large box. But if, you know, if all of these other things weren't here and you just put that butterfly in there, look at how beautiful that looks on the top of that box. So, and on this box too, I have a lot of diamond dust on the flowers and things on this box. So the entire box really sparkles. Let's see. So anyway, so that's how pretty these would be on some finished projects if you're making boxes and things like that. So now I've got to get on this one before my triple thick starts to dry. We're going to use our diamond dust. And I just have a little plastic spoon scoop in mine. This diamond dust, I used to buy Twinklets brand, which is a bit more expensive than this. And I found this one on Amazon, which I will provide the link down below for. I found this on Amazon and I get almost twice as much diamond dust for, actually, I want to say it was a lower price than the Twinklets brand that I was using. So I went ahead and I purchased this. So I'm just going to take the scoop and I'm just going to sprinkle the diamond dust all over the top of this thing. And I'm putting a generous amount on here as well, especially on this one because our flowers are kind of covered up anyway. So this diamond dust, this is a clear glass. Just so that you know, I'm not using a colored diamond dust. You can get glass glitter in gold and silver and red and blue. I mean, all the colors that you can possibly imagine. And you know, for me, I have never ever used the colored diamond dust. I haven't tried it, but it looks like it would be gorgeous in a project. I just can't afford to, you know, buy a whole bunch of different colors of this stuff. So I just buy the clear, and that's what I use. Let me bring you in close. Okay, so we've put the other butterflies aside, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish this butterfly. I was going to embellish 2 butterflies for you, which I did embellish this one, and I did it on camera, and my camera went nutso and said it couldn't record and didn't save what I showed you on this one. So we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it on this butterfly. And then I'll just show you pictures of all of the butterflies when they are completely completed at the end of the video, so that you can see both the ones that we did today, as far as, you know, putting the glitter and the triple thick on there. And then you'll also see all 4 of them will be completed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some embellishments. And I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I'm going to be using. This is lace applique trim. And this is something that I get from my little local shop. It's super pretty. It comes with 3 of these little strings of trim. And I'm actually considering offering these in my Etsy shop. I've only bought 2 packages of this and 2 packages of the same thing in blue. 1 package is mine, 1 package is going into my shop. Now, if they sell relatively quickly, then I will go and pick up more of these and put them in my store for sale. But I want to see how they're going to do first. So anyways, I'm going to be using some of this. And then I wanted to show you some stuff I got from Kiki's sale. This trim is what I'm going to be using on the blue butterfly. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but this trim is gorgeous. The color is so deep and so beautiful. When I saw it in Kiki's sale, I knew I had to have some of it. So Debbie sent me some of this, and then I have some of this kind of trim. She sent me this little bag of various trims and things, and this little one in here is my favorite. I don't think I'm going to use that on this one today, although I may in some place. But for now, so these are things that I got in Kiki's sale. You guys, you have to check out Kiki's sale, because I'm telling you, she offers laces and trims and bling. I'm going to be using some of this bling, which is something I got in her store. And what Debbie does is she has sales almost every Saturday night in her shop. And she has just, she's so sweet. Number one, first and foremost, she's the sweetest lady ever. And secondly, she just has some of the most beautiful stuff for sale in her store. And that is where I get these days. That's where I'm getting really most of my bling from. I'm also going to be using some of this, which is some bling that I got from a very good friend of mine named Dee. And she sent me this chain of this stuff, and I'm starting to run low. I'm afraid, because I don't want to run out of this. So I'm using these little guys one at a time right now, so that I don't run out of supply. So Dee, thank you so much for this stuff, because I absolutely love it. And I'm going to be using this piece in here, so I cut that one off. The other thing that I'm going to do, Debbie has sent me some of the prettiest appliques from her shop. And this is what the entire applique looks like. It looks like this. And normally I don't like to take these apart because I like to use them on boxes and things like that I alter. But for today's purposes, I want to show you guys how you can take an applique like this. And I think Debbie sold these appliques in her last sale, or either the last one or the time before. You can take something like this and use it in several projects and make it go a long ways. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this, this applique, and I've already started cutting. Oh, this is the one I've started cutting on. This is the full applique. Just absolutely beautiful. It's got pearls and clear sequins in it, and it's just gorgeous. But I'm going to use a little bit of this applique in this butterfly because, you know, you might think that you should just use hard pieces to embellish something like this, and that's not necessarily so. You can use lace, you can use embroidered pieces, you can use so many different things to embellish your artwork. And you just have to use your imagination. You know, guys, that's what it's all about when you're a crafter, is using your imagination to see what you can come up with in a project. And sometimes it really, really does help to watch, you know, a YouTube video to get, you know, special ideas on things that you want to make. Maybe you want to make something special for a relative or a friend, and you're just not quite sure where to start. Use those YouTube videos. My goodness, if you go over to Happy Bird's Glitter Nest and look at some of Lori's videos there, oh my goodness, she's got more ideas. You know, and Lori is a very good friend of mine. We've become good friends over time. I started out watching her videos and had quit crafting for quite a long time. But having watched her videos, I actually got started crafting again. And, you know, I really do owe that all to her because I just thought her things were so beautiful. And I thought, you know, she put all this beautiful sparkle and shine into everything. And it just got me excited about crafting again. So she's a really great one to watch. And, you know, most of my subscribers are also her subscribers because she has sent a good number of subscribers my way. And I appreciate so much that she's done that for me to kind of help me get my channel going. She's got over 100,000 subscribers. I mean, she's just amazing. But anyway, so I'm going to use this little piece of lace, piece of the applique that I cut off of there. I'm going to be using some of this. I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using this small piece to embellish this beautiful butterfly. So it's going to be quick and easy to do this part. First things first, we're going to take this little piece of lace and we're going to put it down in this bottom section of the wing. And yeah, you're going to cover up a little bit of your floral pattern, but it's going to be worth it because it's just going to make this piece pop and give it that extra special look that you want to have in something that maybe you're making for a friend or, you know, a relative or something. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this piece off. First, I'm cutting off a couple of the extra strings that are over on this side. I'm going to cut this flower off of here. So again, you guys, if you're interested in having some of these little flowers, number one, let me know down below in the drop-down menu so that I can make sure that I get some more. Number two, if you can get to my shop quickly, there will be one package there that will be available. So you may have to hurry up and quickly get over there and get it, but it will be available. And these, when you cut them apart, they have a little metal piece that is actually holding that pearl in place, so it's not going to come off You know, on pieces of appliques like this, you saw me maybe putting a little bit of glue towards one of these pearls. It's because the thread was kind of sticking out. And if I had left it, it would have come off of that thread and fallen off of the piece. So try to make sure that all of your little pearls and things are still securely in place before you put this all together. So this is what it looks like so far. I've just got a couple of little pieces on this bottom section. I'm going to place this one over here on this wing, and it's a little bit bigger. And I'm using my Gorilla Hot Glue for these soft pieces. And the reason, I know you guys see me always using E6000 on this, because none of these surfaces are smooth, cold, hard. I'm using the hot glue because it will stick and it will go into the grain of the diamond dust that's on here, and the fabric, the thread that's in these embroidered pieces, and it will stick. So I'm not concerned that these are going to fall off. And again, I'm using Gorilla Hot Glue, which works really, really well. I'm going to take these little adorable rosebuds. They're teeny tiny. I'm going to take at least one of these, and I've only got this little bunch, so I'm not going to go crazy with these because I don't want to I want to preserve some because I love them that much. I'm going to probably use, I know I'm going to use one of those in this, and I think maybe I'm going to put this little leftover piece of leaves that I cut off of that applique. I think I'm going to place those under that rose. See, and it's going to look so pretty there. And I'm just going to lay that down there. Okay. And then I'm going to go back, and I see a couple of little threads here that I'm going to sort of nip off real quick while I see them. So that's what we've got so far, and then I'm not going to use this rose until I get my other pieces on. So what I'm going to do now with doing these pieces, because they're smooth on the back side, I'm going to use my E6000 and a dot of hot glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm going to put a couple of dots of that on the back of both of these. And I can do that because it's not going to dry right away. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Gorilla Hot Glue and I'm going to put it in the center here of this piece. And I'm going to glue this right there. And what the Gorilla Glue is going to do is that is going to adhere the piece to the butterfly because it's going to dry and set right away while it gives the E6000 time to dry and set and cure. And once the E6000 cures, you're going to have a piece that's not going to come apart. So, so that's what I'm doing there. That's why I'm using both the E6000 and the Gorilla Hot Glue. And because I'm using the Gorilla Glue or the Hot Glue, I can still continue to work on this piece because this isn't going anywhere now. The next piece that I'm going to put on is this little flower with the pearl and the rhinestones on it. And again, I got this at, whoopsie, and I had E6000 on it and touched the back. I got this at Kiki Sale. What Debbie does is she sends me things so that I can show you guys so that you know what's available. And it's not always going to be exactly what I'm showing you, but she's always going to have pieces that are similar or that are just as beautiful, maybe way different, but just as beautiful as what I'm showing you. But the point is, get over there and check out her, become a part of her group, and then check out the items that she has for sale, because I'm telling you, oh my goodness, she has the most beautiful stuff. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy, and I'm using this one just for purpose of showing you guys what I've made. I just did a video this morning on these little handy dandy rhinestone pickers. And I've made a few of these, and what I'm going to be doing is when I'm selling these butterflies and other things that you may want to use rhinestones in, I'm going to start packaging up some of these little rhinestone pickers, as long as I've got them made, for you guys to use in your projects. I normally would use a picker like this, which has 2 ends to it, and they pick up your rhinestones or your flat back pearls. And here I've got some flat back pearls. What I would do is and this is a sticky, sort of a sticky mat, so it's not going to come up real easy. So I would pick it up like that and put it on my project. But, you know, sometimes you just don't want to spend the money on something like this. And why should you when you can make your own? Go over and watch my other video. You can make your own pickers with wax and a toothpick. So I'm just going to show you. I just made these this morning. You can see there's a little dot of wax on the end of this that I melted and hardened on the end of this. And if I go to my flat back pearls, I pick it up and it's just that easy. There's the pearl. And then I can lay it on my project. So that's how easy these are to make, and the wax helps the rhinestones. I've got some rhinestones here too, and I'll show you how easily it picks these up. So there's my rhinestone. Whoops. I'm just going to touch it with this little wax thing, and there it is. It's stuck. And it's not stuck hard. It'll come right off on your project. If I lay that down here, it's going to come right off and lay exactly where I want it to. So, and then if I want to move it, I can pick it up and move it. I haven't put my glue down yet, so I'm not gluing those down quite yet. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little rosebud in here, and I'm just trying to decide exactly where I want this to go. And I think it's going to go probably... Whoopsies. Whoop, that didn't stay down with the hot glue. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to put that right there. But before I do that, this hot glue, as you can see on this, did not stick the first time. So I'm going to put it down. Again, once that E6000 cures and dries, it's going to hold all of this in place. So we're going to stick this little rosebud under there and hold everything down. And we've got enough E6000 on that hard rhinestone piece that once that cures, it's going to cure that rose into place as well, because it's touching that rose and touching the lace piece down at the bottom. So that rose is going to stay in place. So this is what we have so far, you guys. I'm going to add a few little pearls around just to add a little bit more interest. And we're going to use our little rhinestone picker. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use E6000 to glue these little pearls down with. So I want some of them, in fact, I'm just going to squeeze some E6000 on this paper towel I have over here and use a toothpick. So I'm going to put just a couple of pearls just around in a couple of places. I've got different sized pearls. Whoops. Okay. My problem is the mat that I'm using is it's like a rubber mat, silicone mat, and it's everything's sticking to it more than it's sticking to my pickers. Okay, so let's get some more E6000 here. And we're going to put a pearl right here. A little bit smaller pearl. And a little more E6000. And we're going to stick a pearl right next to this little rose. You guys, I am having so much fun with these butterflies. I have to go and buy every single package they have, I think. Because when you guys see these finished and you see all of them in the pretty colors that that you can get them in. I don't know how many I'll be able to get, and then after that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get them again, because that's how this little store is. I can get things for a while and then all of a sudden I don't see them again. Sometimes I don't see them for months, and sometimes I never see them again. And it makes me very sad when I find something that I really, really love and they don't have them in the store. It's just really sad, because I get people that will ask me, hey, you know, can you still get these items? And since I haven't seen them, I have to say no, you know, I can't get them anymore. And it just, I can sometimes go back into the shop and ask, and sometimes they will get them in, they'll order them. And sometimes it's something that's been discontinued and they just can't get any more of. So that's when it makes me very sad. And right now I'm taking and adding a couple of rhinestones here. Flat back rhinestones. So I just want to put, I'm putting a little E6000, dropping a dot of that, maybe like right here. I'm going to take one of these little rhinestones, and actually my little wax pickers, when it comes to these rhinestones, my little wax pickers pick them up better than my purchased picker, just so you know. I'm just saying. So I would give it a shot, you know, as far as making these pickers yourself. Go and watch my video, and you can either do it yourself, or if you buy some of my crafting supply items, and if you think of it, just make me a note, just so that I can be sure that I do include one if you want it, because if I don't have any made, I may not include them. Because it's not something I have to do, but it's something I would like to do if you feel like you want to have one to help you do your projects. So I want to be as helpful as I can. I won't charge you anymore to add those into your package. So just know that I'm not gonna try and milk you for more money if you want a rhinestone picker. It's not a problem. I'm happy to make one for you and throw it into your package at no cost. It takes me seconds to make. So, but I'm not just going to make them and send them, just so that you know, I'm not going to pay money to send something that, you know, that isn't going out with a purchase. So I can't afford to do that. But anyway, I am happy if you are buying some stuff that you, and I don't even care if you're buying something that, you know, is a finished product. If you want a picker and you want me to throw a couple of them in there for you, and you're a crafter, just let me know. Send me a little note in your order, and I'll be happy to throw a couple pickers in there for you. Okay, this is absolutely stunning, and I'm going to take this one as well, and I'm going to add a few of my flat back rhinestones and pearls to this one, because I didn't get that far before my camera quit on me and said it couldn't continue to record. So right now I'm just turning these little rhinestones over so that I can pick them. And then I'm going to take and put some of these little flat back pearls out. Now these flat back pearls come in this little container. Oops. And if you guys can see this, look at how many you get in this package. It's like over 1,000 pearls, and they're all different sizes. They're little itty bitty ones that you can almost barely see, and there's bigger ones and medium-sized ones, and they go, you know, they run the gamut as far as sizes. You know, there's some really big ones as well, like this one. So if you put that next to those little tiny ones, you can kind of see the difference. Maybe I'll stick some on my hand here and show you the variations in sizes. And there's some even smaller. So these are really cool pearls, and I get those on Amazon as well, and I'll show you guys, I'll post the link for you as well on those. So I'm just going to throw a few of these on this other butterfly, and then what I'll do is I'll just place some glue here and there to kind of save time. And we'll drop a few of these on there. So there's one pearl, and we're going to put a rhinestone next to that. And we'll put this pearl over here. And another pearl over here. And I need to squeeze a little more E6000 out. Boy, I don't know what kind of stories I was telling you in the last part of my other video, but I guess I'm going to miss out. I know I was talking about my daughter's wedding over the weekend and how wonderful it was and how happy she is and what an amazing, amazing day we had at her wedding. But I have been just so busy with worrying about that, that a lot of other things haven't been getting done, like YouTube videos and things like that. I just haven't had time. I was helping my daughter. I made her bridal bouquet, and so that was a lot of fun. I went and spent the day with her on Friday putting that together, and she kind of just helped me a little bit. I did the bridal bouquet, and then I did bridesmaids bouquets, and also boutonnieres and wrist corsages for moms and grandmas and all of that good stuff. So it was a lot of fun, and you know, I got to spend some good quality time with my daughter, which is something I don't get a lot of. So for me, I don't know how special it was for her, but for me it was very special and meant a great deal to me, probably more than she will ever imagine. Because, you know, our kids get very busy in their lives. And, you know, for the last 3 years, I really haven't been able to do much of anything, you know, as far as going out and hanging out with my daughter or anything, because I've had my mom that I've been taking care of for the last 3 years. And so that has taken up an exorbitant amount of my time, because I really couldn't leave my mom to go do other things very often. So I had to have somebody who could come in and sit with my mom, and you know, and that's one of those things. It's just like my kids when they were little. When my kids were little, I was an extremely overprotective mother, and which probably drove my kids insane. But because of that, you know, I didn't trust a lot of people to babysit my kids. So I was the same way with my mom. There weren't a lot of people that I felt comfortable leaving with her. So my sister would come down and she would stay for a week at a time. And of course, that was fine. That was, you know, the ultimate as far as, you know, help is concerned. But I also have a friend that would come down from Orange County, and she would sit with my mom. But, you know, coming from Orange County, it was an hour drive for her to get out here. She doesn't like to drive at night, so, you know, anything I did had to be, you know, I had to be home in the daylight. So, so it was rough, but it was well worth the time spent with my mom. What an honor it was to take care of her. Man, I feel so lucky. So in essence, you know, I haven't had a lot of time, but now that time is coming back into my life. So hopefully, if my daughter will have me, I will spend a little bit more time with her, and you know, getting that, all of that stuff back on track. So like I said, as long as my daughter will have me, hopefully. But yeah, the wedding was amazing. She was so beautiful. Oh my goodness, you guys. She was so beautiful. And it just was, I cried all day long. In fact, I cried for days. So I'm finally back to normal now. So here we go. Here we have it, you guys. We've got these two completed. And before I post this video, I will have completed the other two that are drying. But look at those. And I'm thinking maybe as you can see, these have clips on the back of them. Let's see how I can get you to see that. Okay, so they have these little clippies on the back. And I'm actually thinking with these two about turning them into refrigerator magnets. So I may take those clips off and add magnets to the backs of them in order to change them up and sell them in my Etsy store. So again, you guys, I will be offering these butterflies in my Etsy shop undone, untouched, and what I'm probably going to be doing is I think maybe I'm going to sell them in kits. And what the kits will include is 2 of the butterflies in varying colors, and I'll show which butterflies you're going to get in the listings. So I'll sell 2 of the butterflies. I will add a small amount of diamond dust, and I will add a small amount of glitter, whatever colors I think will go with those butterflies, 1 or 2 colors maybe. And I will add, let's see, the diamond dust, the glitter. I cannot add the triple thick, so this is something that you will have to buy on your own. Again, I'm going to put the link down below for that. But at least the diamond dust and the glitter I will add. And then if you don't want to purchase triple thick, don't think that that's the only medium you can use. You can use Mod Podge. Mod Podge, you can go to the Dollar Tree and you can buy a little thing of Mod Podge for $1. And it goes really far, and you just paint it on there. Make sure you work quickly because it dries very, very fast. It doesn't quite have the effect that the triple thick has as far as a thickness, but you can also buy Mod Podge that's a little thicker, that acts more like triple thick. But you can use just your basic Mod Podge, get it on there, quickly get your glitter on there, because like I said, it dries really fast. And do it that way, you know. Nobody says you have to use triple thick, but I gotta tell you guys, look at these butterflies. They're amazingly beautiful. You're gonna love this project. You're gonna love doing it. And if you don't want to do the project and you just want to buy the butterflies, I'm probably going to make a few of these and have them in my store. I'll have some with the clips and some with magnets that you can use as refrigerator magnets, but amazing gifts. Amazing gifts these would be for someone that you love, that likes butterflies. I am thrilled with these butterflies, and I honestly wish I had bought even more. I think I bought all they had at the time, so I may have to go back to my little store. In fact, I'm positive I did, because I bought 2 packages of them, and then I realized they were so beautiful after I glittered them up that I needed to go back and buy more. And what I did was I went back and I bought everything they had as far as these butterflies in their shop. So so these are the finished product, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy doing these yourself, or hop on over to my store if you're interested, and you can purchase these little beauties in my shop. So I will put the link to my Etsy shop as well down below. And again, visit Happy Bird's Glitter Nest. I will put her link down below as well. She's an amazing, amazing crafter. She has given me most of my ideas, or at least inspired me on most of my ideas and things that I've created. And I owe the fact that I'm back into crafting to her. I owe it all to her. And she has helped me with my channel to help me grow my channel. She has over 100,000 subscribers, and I know why. It's because she's an amazing woman, super kind woman, and a really, really great friend to me. And, you know, I owe a lot to her. I also owe a lot to my friend Debbie Cottrell, who has supplied me with so many of these items that I'm using. You know, just about everything that's on these butterflies came from Kiki's sale. So I owe a lot to Debbie, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Debbie, for everything you do for me. I don't think it doesn't go unnoticed, because, man, I'm so, so, so lucky. And I feel really, really blessed with the people that, you know, I've sort of surrounded myself with, good people and kind people, and I owe a lot to them. Couldn't do this stuff without you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe down below if you're not already a subscriber, and make sure that you hit the notification button so that you'll get notified when I do new videos. I'll be coming out with some other really cool stuff very soon, so keep on the lookout. And I look forward to coming back with another tutorial on something really, really great that I hope you guys will enjoy. So have a really blessed day, have a blessed week, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. Bye-bye.